Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Freeland Falcons Coaches Show here on MichiganSportsRadio.com. And again, thanks to Jake Mativa for coming on down and getting his perspective on the big game Friday night and, of course, the first couple of games. And always nice to hear a little story or two about Coach Townsend that we sometimes don't hear. And now we are pleased to bring in and graced with Jen Huckeby is going to join us from the Clash for the Cure Committee. She's been the president for the last few years. And Jen, welcome again to the show. How are you?
I'm good. Good to be here again.
Boy, it seems like if you're not doing this, you're out chasing, watching games all over the place, all over the Midwest. Always a fun time doing that too, right?
For sure. Absolutely.
Well, it's Clash for the Cure week, 15th annual Clash for the Cure. And, it's such a great cause that you do this for. And you guys you gals put in so much work. First, just tell us a little bit how it originated and how it's gotten to this point.
All right. So back in 2010, it started as a pink game, and it was started by Coach Paul LaFond, and he was over at Lowell, and they had what was called their Pink Arrow game. So when he and his wife moved here, they decided, well, actually, Townsend was like, I need something where the kids know that it's not about them.
Yeah.
What kind of event can we do? And they came up with this idea. And so started in 2010. And this is on Friday will be our 15th year.
Wow. Already 15 years. And, there's so many things that are going on, besides just playing, for a player's, a parent or something or a relative or whatever. It is just growing so much over the years, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. We'll probably announce close to 80 people in memory or in honor of them, and we'll do all the football players and the Palmers and the cheerleaders. And then a couple years ago we expanded to basketball, so boys and girls basketball. We do something during basketball season, not nearly as big as this, obviously. And then this year we're excited because for the first time they're doing volleyball and boys soccer is having a clash game too. So my goal before it's all said and done is I would love for each sport to have their own clash and do it however they want, because you can't have a raffle tent and a 50-50 at every single thing, right? But to be able to do something where people understand this isn't a football thing, this is a Freeland thing.
Yeah, and it really has grown. And one of the things I noticed that you guys do too, each class or each grade has their own little thing that they do as well, right?
Yeah. So we have a huge raffle tent, and we've always gotten stuff from businesses. And probably, I don't know how many years ago, it's again probably 10 years ago, we started having classes do it. So we have a parent that collects money from that class, and they do their own basket. And we have some huge baskets this year with lots of cool stuff in it.
Well, I can't wait to see some of those. Now, you've got food trucks and everything else coming this weekend. Talk a little bit about that.
So we started that probably, I think this is our second or third year doing that.
Yeah.
And so it starts at about 4:00 to 7-ish. We do have a stamp so that if you want to come into the game and you see all the stuff and then leave before the game starts, you can get a stamp and go get your food and bring it back in. And so that's pretty awesome. And then they give 10 to 20% of their profit they give back to Clash.
That's great. We've got the tonight here at the pub, tomorrow over at the cabin. Again, the community gets so involved, and my hat's off to you guys for being able to get that going. That's amazing.
Yeah, and on Sunday, for the first time ever, the other side is doing a breakfast.
Oh, nice.
And so we have about 15 to 20-ish players that will be there helping to serve, helping to refill drinks, do that kind of stuff. And so we'll have that pancake breakfast from 10 to 1. And then when the Lions play, stuff will be done. And we will, and our portion will be done, but proceeds from that also we're going to go toward Clash. So now we have another local restaurant that's helping to give back.
Now, we talked a little bit earlier with Coach Townsend about the concept. Talk a little bit about that, how the players play for someone. They have, with the jerseys, the special jerseys and everything.
Yeah, so they choose somebody, and it can be somebody that they're related to. It can be somebody that's a family friend. It can be any person, and they play with their regular number. But instead, like, for example, with my kids, we didn't have Huckeby on the back. They had this year, Wilson is playing for his great-grandparents.
Oh, okay.
And so he will have Neil on the back of his. And then the parents were given the option, Like my in-laws will be wearing a class shirt on the front, but on the back it has number 31 and has Neil.
Oh, nice.
So that people know that they go with Wilson. And so when you walk out together, that's pretty cool. And it's just a really cool experience for kids to understand that it's not about me. There's a lot of people going through some stuff.
Yeah.
And have been through some things. And this is a small way for our community to come together and support people.
Did you ever think it was going to get this big?
No. Like the first tent we did was probably just a little bit bigger than the tent that has the $5 raffles.
Wow.
Which is a small, like 10 by 10 tent.
Yeah.
And now we have a huge raffle tent, and we've got a separate tent for that. And we'll do 50-50. And our raffles this year are 6 for $5. And those are the smaller ticket, which really they're not, because some of the baskets are worth $200, $300, $400, $500, $600.
Oh, sure.
And then we have a bigger ticket, which is the $5 tent. And that is a chance to win the fan zone, which is the tent set up at the end. And you get food and you get premium seats down there. There's Lions tickets. There's usually Michigan tickets. And so those are the $5 raffles. And so that adds a little bit of a fun game of chance.
You didn't get any Colts tickets?
I know, right? I should have gotten Colts tickets, but I probably would have been the only raffle person. Me and my family would have been the only people putting a ticket in there.
Oh, I don't know. I've got some friends from my hometown that live down there now that are huge Colts fans. So if you ever do get that, I'll make sure that they get some raffle tickets.
There we go.
So with the food trucks and everything, and with Swan Valley coming and playing, I think people should get here early. What do you think?
For sure. So gates will open at 5:30. They usually don't open that early.
Right.
But we will start the processional at about 6:10.
Okay.
And something I'm really excited about is we always honor somebody from the other team that's battling cancer.
Great.
And so this year it is a guy by the name of Ryan Remus.
Okay.
And he is a guy that finished his chemo, finished his radiation, and is slowly on the uptick back up. And he has coached Little League and is on the Little League board at Swan Valley and has been for years. And so I'm excited to be able to honor him and his kids and his wife. So I think that's a really special thing when you are giving back. We don't just give back to Freeland. We give back, to everybody in our community and outside of our community as well.
So what have we forgotten to talk about?
Let me check my notes. I will say I just got these numbers, and we have given away in 15 years over $280,000.
Oh, that is absolutely amazing. Isn't that great?
It's amazing when you think of the people's lives that you are touching, and I am just a teeny tiny small, part of it. And to think where it started, 15 years ago and has evolved into this is a pretty special thing. And I'm glad that 2 of my 3 boys have been able to be a part of it.
And you're going to get a Chamber of Commerce day on Friday. It's going to be 85. Yes. It's not going to rain. It's not going to be a cloud. And there might be a little bit of hazy cloud, but it is going to be perfect.
It's going to be perfect. So come out. And Swan Valley is such a rival. You just never know what you're going to get. It doesn't matter who is supposedly better on paper. When we play against each other, you don't know what you're going to get. And there's a lot of emotion on our end for the kids, especially if kids are playing for somebody that they were close to and they lost, or they were, close to and they're battling. It's an emotional day for those kids. So being able to persevere and overcome that, and then be ready to take care of stuff on the field it's a big deal for the kids.
Well, there you go. Jen, thanks for taking time out tonight to come out and talk about it. I'm fired up for it. I get teary-eyed thinking about it every year. This is a special game. It's a great cause. And again, congratulations on all the great work, and good luck coming up for Friday.
Thank you.